Hello everyone and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Thursday, September the 12th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. And this is a link to get into our free room, 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen and get live on the mic. And I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In the email you're getting, you will see a promo code to get 15% off the first month only or the entire year of a Trade Ideas subscription. So, I have to admit, today finally, my watch list was kind of choppy, as was kind of the market. You know, there was the market. The market opened. This was the pre-market. The market was up, moved up, chopped down. Now it rallied right here. I'm going to show you a stock that I did take after the rally, and right here, but it didn't move. I'm going to show you one that I took, and when it didn't move, I got out of it. But yeah, I didn't see the follow through that I've seen from the evening scan. I did take a few of these early. The MGI, 632. It did get up to 6. No, that was afterwards. That's right. So it got up to 641, and then it pulled way back, and then it just soared. Unfortunately I did not get back into it. The only one I really took that I thought worked reasonably well was the LCI. You know, don't discount that, or discount this move, of course. But the LCI from 1411, there was the alert, and it got as high as 1468. And, I was able to get in. I think I got in at 1415. It traded some out at 1431 and 1454 before it took the nosedive down. But I saw a lot of this today, in the long ones. GPS, another good example. 1937 was the alert. It popped all the way up to 1987. I missed it, but then it just collapsed. But it basically was following what the SPY was doing, and now the little recovery, that little recovery there. So a lot of these were following the SPY, which of course I don't like, because then it's just too dependent. Now this one absolutely followed. Well, it was following what the SPY was doing. This is one that I was in, and you see it. We had the alert at 1406. It did pop up to 1425, and then as the SPY was doing this, it did this. As the SPY was recovering, it did this. And I got back into this trade at, I think it was 1410, right about here. But as I was saying in the room, as the SPY was putting in this move right there, this stock was sitting there. And as it started to move down, I just got out of it. I took a 2-cent loss on it. So, I mean, it was one of those things in which, this was tracking the SPY here, but the minute it started to drop and yet the SPY was moving higher, I said I don't want it anymore. So that's why I got out of it. On the short side, though, actually, and I was saying a little earlier, on the short side, I haven't found as much action in the evening scan in big percentage moves as I have on the long side. But look at this one, 3185. So there was the alert at, I don't know why it's showing here, but 3185. So it would have been right about here. Let me click that again. I don't know why that arrow's there. But anyway, 3185, and then it got all the way down to 3009 before it bounced. I don't think ACB did that much, off the alert. I know DLTH, though, 968, and it got down to 901. This is another one I actually tried to short, but because it was down over 10% at the time, I couldn't get the fill I wanted. So another one, and I think AIMT was the same. I missed it, unfortunately. The alert was at 2417, got down to 2362. ADVM, the alert was at 790, is now sitting at 769. So some on the short side from the watch list actually outperformed most of the ones on the upside, which hasn't been the case, and it really hasn't mattered what the market has done. I mean, it's funny because the market's up, and yet the short side ones have worked a little bit better today. And, it's going to happen. I can't say that every single alert from the watch list is going to soar. But the other thing too is that, when we get an alert, it's not that I hop into it immediately. So a lot of times, well, actually, look at Tattoo. I forgot to mention that one. So there was the alert at 278, and it got as high as 323, and that's a tremendous percentage move, but not super clean. I mean, it was very clean until 312, which is still a great move, and then it pulled back, but still kind of choppy. Lots of topping tails and bottoming tails. What I'd obviously rather see is something that just sort of keeps continuing. It doesn't have to have big pops, but just something that's more steady. Just didn't see a lot of that in the watch list today, for whatever reason. Interesting thing from the RAI today, very like nothing really happened. And if you've been following the AI over the last week, you know that we had some tremendous percentage movers. So for whatever reason, today is just one of those days. Not every day can be fantastic. So I mean, I'm not upset with what happened and didn't get hurt in anything, because a lot of times you get the alert and it didn't move, so you don't get into it. You wait. You don't have to get into it right away. You just kind of wait to see what's happening, and a lot of times it just moved down. So what I do, I think on the Coop, I know on the Coop I got into that one. I think a little minor gain on it. I'm hopping all over the place here, but 1023. And I'll show you why I'm getting into these things. So 1023, it did get up to 1039, and it pulled back, and I got out for just a very minor gain. It moved back up again, but you see how choppy it is. But look, as an example, why is this on the watch list? Hope you can understand why. I mean, look at the void when you look left on what could happen. And this will probably still be on the watch list tomorrow, because if we have a slightly better day in terms of trend, this one, now that it's over 10, it could set in a nice, it's certainly not extended. On the weekly, it had basically a three bar pullback on the weekly until this week. So this will probably be on there. And if you look at 10, you'll see why this was on here. I mean, look. Just look at the void, guys. I mean, this is why these stocks are on the watch list, because there's usually a lot of room if you look left, especially on the weekly chart. A lot of room. So you never know what can happen if as I call it, get a bid. If the stock gets a bid and people really want it. I mean, they're looking at this too. I'm not the only person who sees this void. So that's why these sort of stocks make the watch list, because there's room, there's action for them potentially to start filling a big void. All right, I do want to get back into the room, because not unlike what happened yesterday, I have some alerts set. Here's another one. I actually did take this one, AKRX. This one, the alert was right here. I'm out of it now, but I did take this one. The alert was at 363, and it got as high as almost 390, I think. I think 4 is going to be a tough for it to get out, but a nice little percentage move. I'll take those all day long. So I've been a little more wary. I've especially taking anything today. I'm just finding just a little bit choppy. Let's see what the Obalon is doing right now. Yeah, see, I mean, it got up to 227. This is one that I took yesterday. Now, typically this would not have made the list. I'll just show you why I did keep it on, though. You might look a little bit different on the daily. Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance in this area, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it here, because if you can pop through that, then you look left, and it was very choppy. I mean, this is not a nice looking daily chart, but it did perform well for us yesterday, so that's why I decided to, I thought, well, okay, I will track it today and see what happens. But, nothing, it hasn't really moved off the price. So for instance, I guess this is really what I'm trying to say, is a lot of times, even if you took it at the price, eventually you have to say, okay, it's not moving. You get out, so you take a 4-cent loss. Okay, I mean, it's not the end of the world. So anyway, want to get back into the room and see what is happening. So if you have any questions for me, this is the email address you can use. And again, you want to access all my scan. Now I've been moved up. New channel bar. There I am. I'm right there. And you just click on it, and this is what you're going to see. Okay. Now, You won't see this. This is the new look of the single stock detail window. Okay, now you won't see this. You'll see your old one, but this is I'm on a development build, so this is why I'm seeing this. This is what it is going to look like. We will. The big difference right now is that we have an insiders tab, all right, and we're looking to add more tabs. I think a tab for news and maybe one for analyst ratings, things like that. So you'll have a little more detail in the single stock window, okay? But so don't when you click, if you click on my channel, you won't see this. You'll see your old single stock window. All right, just want to get back into the room and close down all my windows, all my unpinned windows. Okay. All right, everybody. So I will open the room tomorrow. That's all right. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. Bye-bye.